bit awkward. Do you think I should tell him he's hit record?
Okay, so the virus wasn't enough. People didn't buy it. So now they have the riots going on, which are total bullshit. I mean, really.
Oh dear. I'm a little bit worried about you today, CC. You seem to keep zoning out.
All right, I'm not saying everybody who's not a flat earther isn't, falling for this. But, I mean, they just want us to become divided. I never understood that, even when I was in high school, You
were already an idiot in high school?
People are people.
Good to know.
We're all the same. Doesn't matter who you are.
But Creaky, I hear you ask, are those new glasses? Has your head shrunk? What has any of this got to do with the SpaceX launch? Well, stick around and we'll find out.
Go nuts on my nuts.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Playing a Blinder with me, the Creaky Blinder. Now, we've looked at CC on this channel many times before. Or is it twice? I can't really remember. We're going to look at him again today because, very unsurprisingly, CC thinks that the whole SpaceX mission was all CGI. Yes, he does. Tidy!
I'm here to talk about SpaceX. SpaceX, what a pathetic show that was.
Says the man that records all his videos in his car while driving because his wife shouts at him and calls him an idiot if he does it at home.
15 minutes or 20 minutes of footage? Of what?
Well, it was footage of history being made right before our very eyes.
Of total nonsense.
Oh, you got me there, CC, because I suppose there's nobody better qualified than CC the Flat Earther to tell us whether or not something is nonsense. But does that necessarily make it nonsense, or just nonsense to you? I feel like I said nonsense a few times too many in that last nonsensical sentence. But what about the fact that Elon Musk founded SpaceX in 2002, and that the company's mission statement is to make humanity into a multi-planetary species? And not to mention that they've already very successfully launched multiple crafts into space, satellites, Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy. But this is a historical event because it's the first time they've safely and successfully launched a human being, well, two human beings in fact, into orbit.
And then the thing landed back down. That was the, space shuttle, well, not the space shuttle, I mean the land gear that decided to land down, and of course the camera goes out.
Oh yeah, it definitely landed down because landing up, as far as I'm aware, isn't actually a thing, and the camera went out. So... Come on, CC, concentrate. These people are waiting to hear why the video feed cut. Right, fine, I'll explain it then. So the live footage of the rocket landing was being fed from a drone ship hundreds of miles out at sea. Now when the rocket's coming in to land, it uses either one or three of its Merlin engines to slow it down and enable it to make a safe landing. And each of these engines is putting out about 100,000 pounds of thrust. So vibration much? But basically what happens is the drone ship's video feed is directional, which means there's a beam pointing directly up at a satellite. That satellite then feeds the footage back to SpaceX headquarters. And all that happened is the extreme vibration from the rocket coming in to land caused that beam to come out of alignment for a few seconds. They lost the feed, and then once the rocket had landed and the ship settled again, then the feed came back because the beam was again pointing at the satellite. But luckily for us, this wasn't the only feed of the rocket landing. Pretty amazing stuff, right? But CC, let's hear your explanation.
It's just total nonsense.
No, sorry, CC, that's not an explanation. That's basically just an opinion, and everyone's got an opinion. We're not interested in opinions, we're interested in facts. Please explain to us why you think the feed cut.
Elon Musk, you suck.
I don't think he does. I'm sure he's married. He may have experimented when he was in college, but, you know. So just for clarity then, your argument is that the video feed cut because Elon Musk sucks. Very scientific.
I know you're a puppet. I know you're a puppet and you're paid to do all of this.
Well, I don't know if Elon Musk is paid to do it. I thought Elon Musk paid to do it. If that makes any sense at all. What I mean is, Elon Musk is the man footing the bill, or at least his company is. Have you actually got an argument? Or are you yet another flat earther who thinks this whole thing was faked because Elon Musk is a terrible human being?
That's the way these people make money. That's how they do it. They've been, I don't know, these elites just pick these people out or something. I have no idea how it works.
Well, for somebody that has no idea how this all works, you seem to have an awful lot to say, CC, so I'm guessing that you're another one of these type of people who thinks that rich, successful people are terrible because they're rich and successful, and you're not? Because so far I can't see any other basis for your argument other than you don't like Elon Musk very much.
Okay, all I know, okay, is what you're watching is all fake. It's all bullshit. They're not going anywhere. There's nothing up there. I mean, there's nothing up there.
Are we still talking about space, or are we talking about up there?
There are not even any satellites, and if they are, then they're tied up with a balloon.
Ah, the old no satellites argument, eh? Do you get lost a lot, CC? Because if there's no satellites, then clearly you don't use GPS.
Just look at YouTube videos.
Well, yeah, because all the best scientific discoveries are done by looking at YouTube videos, aren't they?
There's nothing up there. Every space picture you've ever seen has no airplanes. It has no satellites. It's just got this revolving planet with nothing on it. No barges in the water. Nothing. You'll never see anything like that because it's all CGI.
CGI.
Everything is all CGI. That's all they needed to do is just a 15-minute video of complete, total nonsense.
Oh, there's no need for that, and my videos aren't always 15 minutes anyway.
With the, I don't know what the name of the part 2 of the shuttle that landed, that was 20 tons, that's being held up by what looks like milk carts to maneuver it, and a little blast underneath it.
100,000 pounds of thrust is not a little blast.
You know, to bring it down to this platform on the ocean, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, in the middle of nowhere where nobody can go to, because boats have been restricted to go there, so you can't film anything.
Well, yeah, obviously people can't go there. It's in the middle of the ocean, hundreds of miles out to sea, and you do realise it's a little bit dangerous, a rocket landing on a drone ship. They don't really want people standing there with their iPhones filming it, do they? And not for the reasons you think, but because some people actually value human safety.
And there's no footage of this thing actually coming in. None. At all whatsoever.
You must mean apart from the footage I showed earlier on and will now show briefly again.
But yet, you have a perfect picture, it blanks out, and then all of a sudden comes back in, and this thing is just perfectly landed there.
Something tells me you're not paying attention, CC. I explained that earlier on. Quite well, even if I do say so myself. And if you want to see the explanation again, just scrub back through the video. It's there.
It's very nice, isn't it? Convenient.
It was very nice. It was absolutely awesome. But it wasn't convenient. It was absolutely gut-wrenching that the feed cut off. But fortunately for us, there were other angles being filmed. And in a vain attempt to follow flat earther logic, if this all was faked, or as you like to say, CGI, then surely they would not have left in a mistake like that.
I guess that's enough. that's all they need for these trained ball earthers.
Right, I feel like it's time to come clean. I really do. I've been holding this in for so long.
You like balls?
And I think a lot of the other guys have, but I'm going to be the one to spill the beans. Us ball earthers are trained. We're trained to not be absolute morons.
You know, look, I was there. I believed all this shit. I was all in it. I was a NASA fanboy like you wouldn't believe.
Really? No way. What happened? Was it some sort of industrial accident? Maybe a car crash because you like to video yourself while you're driving? What happened to turn you into a flat earther?
I'm just saying I was a Star Trekker. I was in there. I knew it. I thought I believed that we can go out there and there was something there.
Oh, great. Throw the guilt on me, why don't you? I actually feel quite bad now. So, what really did happen? It was YouTube videos, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And you do realise that, like in Star Trek, Star Trek is science fiction. Like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I do know that I can never become a Jedi Knight, and that I'm never going to get to visit Tatooine.
Do you believe?
That's actually not true. Go to fucking Australia and you can become an official Jedi. Because it's a religion there.
Our species could possibly ever figure out how to land something on a platform in the middle of the ocean from some object from space, when we've been told now we can't even go to the moon.
Well, in this instance, the moon has really got nothing to do with anything we're talking about, does it? This craft didn't go to the moon. This craft went to low Earth orbit and then successfully landed and was filmed doing so. Now, I know that all flat earthers are just clinging on to the loss of the video feed from the drone ship, but as I've shown twice, there was another angle being filmed, so...
I mean, it's just so bad. I mean, it's just so bad. I watched I don't even know how to explain it to you. I watched a glitch when the three astronauts, well, there was two astronauts, and they actually entered the ISS. I watched a glitch, you're not going to believe me, and then all of a sudden I went back to record it, and then Elon Musk must have done something with the original video. So I just, it's all CGI. I mean, we can all do this in our own house. You know, with a couple of bucks, you've got the ISS behind you. Better! They've got glitches. They're not even wearing spacesuits for
How do
They're not even wearing spacesuits, for crying out loud. They're going into space, and they're not even in this big spacesuit that's been arranged.
Calm down, Cece. A man of your age needs to look after his blood pressure, you know, the old ticker may not be what it used to be. You seem really angry. Is now a good time to tell you that I think you're a pathetic loser who's got no friends and no life, and that's why you believe the earth is flat to make this type of content? Maybe not. Okay, if I've said too much, I apologise. But if it's so easy to fake all these space missions and the ISS and everything else that you claim, then why do flat earthers not try to do it to prove the point? I'm just curious. I'm just wondering. And my final question for you, Cece, is if this type of video is so simple to make and the technology is so readily available and it's really easy to do, have you never thought about putting some of that into your own videos? Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications. I'm the Greeky Blinder, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. By order of the Creaky Blinder.
What? What? No seal of crit? What? What is happening? Why are they all sold out? What?
Hey, got a new shipment coming in soon.
Speak, friend. Strength. Thrall Hall.
Well, Rich. Well, Rich, we're back.
It's sealed.
Welcome, Dick the birthday boy.
Oh, thanks. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mac.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You want to talk about a movie?
I would love to talk about a movie.
All right. Well, I picked your favorite.
Well, it is my favorite now.
I can tell. I can
I
tell.
saw it for the very first time.
Yeah, I subjected you to it. Should we reveal what it is, or they probably see on the.
Well, there's a
little-
poster right there.
Oh yeah, there's a poster.
So it's been ruined already.
It's The Last Dragon.
Who played this garbage? Shut up, bitch!
You've been a fan of this film. You know, this was like a growing up kind of movie. You watched it a bunch, I assume.
Yes, it was a kind
Shut
of
up,
a
bitch.
classic in my household. Yeah, probably saw it the first time when I was like 12 years old.
Step up in the elevator, press number 7. That's all you got to do to get to 7th heaven. I can't believe what you're gonna see once you get inside. I know you love my ride. You can fool around in my room and enjoy my golden room.
It stuck with me. I thought it was given to me, and I thought it was a real like martial arts movie, which I mean, it kind of is, but it's spoofy.
Sort of, yeah.
It's goofy.
It's a lot of different things.
Yes, it very much is. Yeah.
But it's a perfect adventure film for a 12-year-old boy.
Exactly. Yeah, someone who's already into that kind of stuff.
It's not the perfect adventure film for a 40-year-old man who hates life. But I did get a lot out of this.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, they pretty much, it should, like, I'm pretty sure it started with just somebody said Bruce Leroy, and they just, like, okay, they wrote from there. They wrote from the name up.
Yes, that's actually the perfect title.
Yes.
The Last Dragon is such a generic kind of blah title.
Well, Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
Barry Gordy's. And who is Barry Gordy?
He was the head of Motown Records. He, Supremes, Jackson 5, Smokey Robinson, all that. So this is like the death throes of that era kind of thing. Like they were just about, I think they closed down like in 85 or
He
86.
sold Motown Records.
Yeah.
For $300 million.
Somebody went on Wikipedia.
Nice. He started it for $600. I did go on Wikipedia. Yes. He started it for a very small amount of money and then sold it for $300 million. And I guess dabbled in being a film producer. Is this his only credit?
As far as I know, this is the only. You don't really see a lot of Barry Gordy's blank, yeah.
I discovered another interesting fact about Barry Gordy. He's the father of Red Foo.
Red Foo.
The half of LMFAO. I thought they made it all on just talent.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
Pure talent.
All right, yeah. So we start with Bruce Leroy, and it starts with a fantastic training sequence where he's just like, "Wa-da-da-da-da," and his master is shooting arrows at him the whole time. And
Very slow arrows.
Very slow
Slow-moving
arrows, but he's chopping them out of the air in slow motion. So it looks impressive. He eventually catches one, and the master's like, "How'd you know to catch the blue one?" They never established the red ones you should chop and the blue one you should catch, but whatever.
Oh, right.
And he says, "Okay, so now he's officially ready to go on his adventure to find the master." That's what it is. His sensei says he has to find the master. His name is some dumb goy.
That is a master
Some dumb guy.
you must have. There is an old sage called Samdangoy. He is said to be the wisest man in the universe. Go, find him. He is here in New York.
Which Bruce Leroy, being the naive gentleman that he is, has no idea what that means, or doesn't get the pun, or whatever.
Right. Well, he's given a medallion, and it was owned by Bruce Lee.
Yes, that's what he says.
Yeah. So he tells him the master is living in the fortune cookie factory. This kid's kind of dumb.
And so he goes on. That's the thrust. That's his quest, at least, which gets sidetracked quite a lot in this.
Well, that's the whole point of the movie is he learns to become the master. This whole film is just a giant story about losing your virginity.
Okay, anything you say.
I mean, essentially, yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah, he finds his moves.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a coded film just about losing your virginity. Mm-hmm. Bruce Leroy, who's played by Tymeek.
Oh, Timac.
Timac.
And Vanity.
Yes. Prince Protege Vanity.
The Vanity, yes.
Who was in Never Too Young to Die. She passed away recently.
Yes,
within a
she
few
did.
years. But Timac plays our lead.
Yep.
Bruce Leroy, and he's very naive.
Yes.
Kind of talks like Data.
You see, my friend, he likes this girl,
Yeah?
but he has never been with a woman before. He does not even have a paintbrush.
Paintbrush?
He cannot even draw.
He talks like a robot.
Yeah, he's very stiff.
He's trying. There's that one moment when he's practicing, like, going in disguise.
Hey, my man, what it look like?
He's like, "Cool, man," and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, what's up, cool breeze?
Yeah,
He tries
yeah.
to deliver a pizza.
He's so into martial arts, he kind of just talks very, very. I don't know how to describe it even.
Yeah, no, robotic.
Robotic.
And just, again, like, naive, like that. That's supposed to be a part of his charm, really. That's the reason why, Vanity falls in love with him.
He saves her ass twice.
Yeah.
I would not do that if I were you.
I never knew how old anyone was.
Yes.
I mean, Vanity is old enough to run her own TV show, and then I thought this kid was supposed to be 15. She was 28.
I got
30.
the impression he was like that 18, 19, 20 kind of area, and it was just kind of, I don't know, not sheltered, or at least it seemed like he had a sheltered existence. All he did was his karate.
He just lived at home. His father ran a pizza place, and his little brother,
who is
one of the highlights of the film.
Yes, he is fantastic and streetwise young kid.
Not only do you not know when to do something, you wouldn't know where to put it if you did.
He's the opposite of his older brother.
Yes.
Polar opposites. He's trying to teach him to loosen up and learn how to dance.
Yep. And that kid does a really mean robot. If you actually see it in the movie,
His entire character arc is he dances so well, he dances out of his ropes.
Yes.
At the end, and that's just amazing.
I forgot that.
He's using his moves to get out of his ropes. The sassy little brother was a highlight of the film.
Tell you, Pop, the boy is orphan. Stupid old clothes, won't mess with no babes. People talk, Richard, leave your brother alone. I can't help it if he's weird. You weird, man, really weird.
Well, the real highlight of the film.
Man, bro, you weird.
Shonuff.
The Shonuff, who I thought was being played by Tony Todd.
I know you said that.
And now it's not his voice, but it certainly looks like Tony Todd.
Yeah, if you gave him a big samurai bouffant and, you know, some facial hair, I mean, I guess you can say that. You know?
That voice, if he had Tony Todd's voice, it would have been very intimidating. But he just comes off as a comical farce, as our villain. But another one of the highlights of them.
Oh yeah, no, he's fantastic. He's got his crew.
I was told I could find Leroy Green here.
What?
You know, we first meet him in the movie theater.
Oh, the movie theater scene.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure
They were watching a Bruce Lee movie, and Bruce Leroy's in the front row, wearing one of those.
He walks around in the
Raiden like rice picker hat.
Yes.
You know, yeah. And he's eating his popcorn with chopsticks, one kernel at a time, and everyone. It's one of those like loud theaters. Everyone's shouting at the screen.
Saturday afternoon.
Just
There's like bikers there. There's like drag queens, and it's like the whole assortment of people have come on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it turns into a dance party for a second. And someone just brings out a boombox, and they just start dancing. You know, yeah. And then that gets crushed because they're a Bruce Lee movie, so everyone's riled up. Everyone thinks they can do karate.
Right.
You know,
just having fun.
Yeah,
having fun on a weekend.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then Shonuff shows up with his big old shoulder pads and his crew, his posse, which, I mean, they look like a gang straight out of the Warriors or something like that. Like, I
Yes.
mean, just like matching everything. And they all come in like coordinated too. Like, you know, they walk in, they line up, and Shonuff comes walking down the aisle. And he's like, who's the meanest? They're like, Shonuff. Like, who's the prettiest? Shonuff. He's the Shogun of Harlem.
Shogun of Harlem.
I don't know how people just don't burst out laughing when he enters the room. I mean, it's just amazing.
Well, because he's the Shogun of Harlem, I think he's already well known.
Okay, so-
yeah,
so
I think it's kind of semi-established that, you know, at least half that room knows Shonuff.
He just shows up to like ruin people's fun.
Yes.
And just like boss everybody around.
Straight up 80s bully style. You know,
Straight
style,
up bad guy.
And he's like, oh, you know, anyone here think they're bad enough to take me on? And some kid goes, Bruce Leroy, that's who?
Who's badder than the Shogun?
Bruce Leroy, that too.
Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy.
And he tries to get Bruce Leroy to fight him, and he gives some kind of Zen platitude to him.
Yes, yes.
What? Why don't I sit down and what?
I said, why don't you sit down and shut up?
Why don't anybody who wants me to sit down and shut up come down here and make me?
And then everyone tells Shonuff to sit down. He's like, come on and take me if you can. And so he gets up on the stage, and he pretty much fights half the theater. Yeah.
And Bruce Leroy slips out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, he's kind of just he's a peaceful karate master. You know. But yeah, no, some of the people that come in to fight him, I mean, just someone jumps from the balcony and literally goes, "Wah!" and that whole thing. I mean, it's kind of an incredible scene.
I wanted to ask you when was this film made? What decade was it?
It's the 80s. Yeah, right. No shit. It's the 80s. You jerk off. I know what you're doing to me. I know what you're doing.
I wasn't sure when I was watching
it. Yeah. This is one of the most 80s movies ever
It wasn't
made.
as old as like the 60s.
No.
I was thinking maybe the 90s or early 2000s, but I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah. No, this is right smack in the middle of 80s like perfection.
It's like almost to the minute.
Yes.
Right in the middle of the decade.
Yeah. It's 85. Yeah.
5 and 4 minutes. I started filming it.
It's it's so 80s that like it's like the world premiere of El DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night.
I say we rock on with the barge.
The water's on your shoulders, and all of the madness has got you going crazy. It's time to get out, step out into the street, where all of the action is right there at your feet.
Well, that's our other half of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Our other villain. We have Shonuff,
Yeah, Shonuff is the Shogun of Harlem who kind of just like messes with
blowhard.
Yeah, exactly. He just wrecks a pizza place. He fights people at a movie theater.
He doesn't really have a grand plan.
Yeah.
Unlike Eddie Arcadian, who has some kind of grand plan.
Yes, he has a Cyndi Lauper wannabe like girlfriend. He wants to break into the music industry.
Hey, Edgy baby, said pretty soon that's going to be you up there, huh, sweetheart?
He wants to like promote talent. He runs arcades, right?
Yes.
Because he's Eddie Arcadian, but he also wants to get into the music biz. He has his I don't know, muse? What would you call her?
Girlfriend, really.
I guess they are sort of romantically
It's
involved.
implied
too.
that they're
Yeah.
dating. Like, yeah, they live together.
His protege.
Yes, exactly. Total Cyndi Lauper, like, rip-off. Yeah, yeah.
And Vanity, our heroine of the film, she runs, is the show called Seventh Heaven?
Yes.
It's an interesting fact. That song won a Razzie Award that year for Worst Song.
Oh, really?
Tell us about El DeBarge's cameo.
Well, they show the entire music video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling he was signed with Berry Gordy. Just an inkling.
There's a connection.
Loose
connection.
It just I don't know. I just kind of put it together right now. But, yeah, but they showed the whole thing, and it's pretty much like a her show. It's kind of like that's Soul Train, kind of. A little bit of that.
It's like DJ and then music videos and people dancing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
just more embarrassing.
Just more embarrassing. So Eddie Arcadian wants his girlfriend Angela from Kew Gardens to get on the show, and it's implied he's starting to strong arm people. Like he's kind of a mafioso kind of type, and so. So Lisa, Vanity's character, is getting pressure from her producer, played by a young William H. Macy.
Yes.
Yes. I don't want to leave this out of that review because
he's got 2 lines.
Yep.
And is that William H. Macy?
Boy, howdy it is. Okay. A young William H. Macy.
Yes.
Eddie Arcadian.
Who is Eddie Arcadian?
Eddie Arcadian is a very heavy dude who wants to have this videotape played in the worst kind of way. Come on, Laura.
15 seconds, Laura. Come on.
And so she says no. And then he finally kidnaps her. And actually, another cameo. I'm pretty sure that's Chaz Palminteri that's driving the limo.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, there's the first attempt to kidnap Vanity.
Yes, and so like they fake her limo driver, and this is after like she exits the studio and kind of makes like googly eyes at Bruce Leroy in the crowd, and then she gets maybe like about 5 blocks away, about something like that, and then they try to kidnap her and there's Bruce Leroy. Kind of comes out of nowhere and like kicks all their asses and just does his karate thing, which also implies that he followed her on foot for about 5 blocks.
Yeah.
What was he doing there?
Maybe he was walking home. Just happened to be in the same direction.
Going as fast as a car.
He was in love with her.
Okay.
He's 14, 15. She's 38.
Yeah.
You know what their relationship reminded me of? The Garbage Pail Kids movie. Have you ever seen that?
No, I did probably like when it came out.
There's several similarities. The young boy in that, I forget what his name is, but he's in love with an Dodger. Okay, but he's in love with a girl who's much older than him, who's in the fashion industry.
And she indulges him, doesn't she?
You know, that jacket makes you look, older. How much older?
Nice.
Oh, at least 16. Maybe 17.
She does, and her name is Tangerine. She also goes by a singular moniker type name.
Dodger and Tangerine.
Yes, and so they have sort of a weird, creepy, like, we're not quite the same age to have sex with each other, but I'll give you a smooch on the cheek, and
yeah, just
you could go home and do something with that. I don't know.
The 80s were pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, we were still trying to find our way. Really.
It's like a little boy fantasy,
Yeah.
He's gonna get the girl in the end.
I mean, Bruce Leroy's not that young. I mean, he's definitely younger than Vanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's his childlike nature, which makes him look and seem
he kind of comes
younger.
off as like the personality of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. He's like Data. I haven't had the pleasure, comfort of being alongside a woman in
Well, he knows no
She's
moves.
like, "What are you saying? Haven't had sex?" And
Look, I don't know any moves.
yes.
You know, the art of making love. Moves.
Oh, of course. I would love to show you some moves, Leroy.
Oh, no. It's not for me. I said it's for my friend.
I don't know any moves if you get my drift. And he's like heavily hinting that
Yeah.
he wants her to deflower him.
Well, I mean, that's how the whole movie ends.
That's yes, and
Yes.
that's where it really hits it home. Is like he's gonna
He's gonna learn some moves that night.
he's gonna learn. Everyone in the dance club is dressed in white. Mm-hmm. She's dressed in
It's
white.
like a P Diddy party.
And he's holding white flowers, symbolizing the deflowering of Bruce Leroy. It's all fucking creepy. So it's a child's kung fu film, but it's not a child's film because Show Nuff's dropping the F-bomb and the N-word left and right. I mean,
But again, it's the 80s.
it's the 80s. I guess it's a little looser back
Yeah,
then.
I mean, I mean, there's attempted child murder in the Goonies.
The only thing we serve is tongue.
No, I want to play the violin. Not my hand. Not my hand.
And we all look at that, like, with the fondly. See if they just threw around more N-words in that movie.
Show Nuff appears.
Yeah, Show Nuff.
Show Nuff. Show Nuff was just a big asshole.
Oh yeah, no, great. He's a straight up bully. Like that's what his thing is. He is so one dimensional, like paper thin, that it's really enjoyable because the actor he gets to indulge that.
Oh yeah,
he just goes there.
Choose that scenery, and
it's gorgeous.
Every time he's on screen, it's a joy.
What?
My favorite scene in the whole movie is the pizza scene, the pizza shop scene. He just wants to find Bruce Leroy.
I was told I could find Leroy Green here.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Someone said he
bitch.
could beat you up.
Oh damn it, they didn't show
There's no
it.
other reason.
He's a little kid in a movie theater earlier in the week.
So he shows up at his father, Mr. Green's Pizza or something.
Yeah,
right?
Daddy Green's
Daddy
Pizza.
Green's Pizza.
Yeah, just move your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza.
And they just trash that place.
Oh my God, my table. What are you
Please
doing?
show it. Yes.
And the mom's throwing like wadded up balls of pizza dough at him. It's very slapsticky.
Yeah.
Very
Doesn't he like
comical.
take like the younger brother and like slide him across something or something like that?
He takes the younger brother and he flips him upside down into the garbage can.
Yes.
But then when they pull him out, he's covered in pizza sauce, but it looks like blood.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, they killed the little brother. But I was, it's just pizza sauce. How did that get past the MPAA?
Again, it was the 80s,
So that's what Quentin Tarantino tried to say in the Kill Bill films. It's just pizza sauce.
Just pizza sauce. It's all right.
Just a lot of pizza sauce. So yeah, that seems great because they're just smashing these like really cheap prop tables, and the door is just made of like
balsa wood
and cheap fake glass. The one guy just goes like this, and it just shatters. But the mother's performance in that scene is great. She's genuinely horrified.
Yeah.
No, not the table. And so they just do that. I really was hoping because you kind of forget about Shonuff for a lot of the movie, and then Eddie Arkadian's big master plan of hijacking the studio happens, and then all these bad guys come in, and I was really hoping that it would be a twist with Shonuff where he would be like, what? This
you don't do this to my Harlem.
This
I'm the Shogun.
Yeah, this cracker's doing this in my
And
neighborhood.
he fights back to back with Bruce Leroy.
They find a common thread. They both
Yeah.
like martial arts. They both live in the same neighborhood, and Eddie Arkadian's like doing this thing, and then all of them team up. But
You're hired to write the remake.
The remake, yeah. But Bruce,
no, that definitely does not happen.
No, it doesn't.
No, the two bad guys team up. Both the one-dimensional bad guys come together to become like half a dimension. It's a negative multiplying effect.
To become less than one villain. The math doesn't work out in the end.
Because Eddie Arkadian he recruits all of the tough guys from around town.
Yeah, well, that's a great scene when they interview murderers.
Yeah.
They're doing he's like, this is your resume? And it's like
He starts barking like a dog.
Yes. What's a news article about how he murdered some girl in an alley? It's like creepy.
Some of these guys look like what could be professional wrestlers from the 80s, like, or at least their their character kind of.
They're straight out of like a video game,
yes,
like a Double Dragon or something like that.
Street Fighter. They could be the guys from Running Man, the gladiators from Running Man, that kind of stuff.
Why did Eddie Arcadian hire a bunch of murderers?
Because Bruce Leroy, remember he broke into his apartment because he actually does kidnap Lisa again.
That's right, second
and
time.
He comes back dressed in a ninja outfit and throws throwing stars at everybody.
Who the hell is this guy? We didn't know the route. Get him the hell out of here! Get him out of here now!
Nice.
And then he tries to put Eddie Arcadian's head into his own piranha tank kind of thing. He's like, hot head needs cool water. And he puts it in there.
I thought there was like a monster in there. Because remember, Mike Starr puts a chicken wing
I think
thing in there and the
supposed to
bone
be
comes
piranhas.
out? Okay. And
I
they
think
never
that's
really
the
said what
implication.
it was.
I don't think they actually say it, but that's the implication kind of thing. He's like, I thought you were going to get rid of these things.
The water's so murky.
So it's not like a
tell.
thing, it's a bunch of little things. Yeah, so
I was hoping a creature would come out at the end.
That would actually
fight
be great.
him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is the scene when he rescues Lisa with the Chinese stars and whatnot, but they force her to watch her music video. So that, I guess tying her up and threatening her is a great way to...
Well, he wanted to wine and dine her. Let her order a la carte. But she wouldn't take him up on it.
Yes.
I even sent William H. Macy over, and he couldn't convince you.
This is the best way to... He's going to be a great music producer.
Oh, yeah.
Just goes right to kidnapping.
Yeah, straight up.
When your first thing you try doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm. One of the things when, she's forced to watch the music video, and she watches it, and he's like, well, what do you think,
So you're gonna play my video, huh?
No.
And she's like, no, fuck it. No, it fucking sucks.
She's like, I'm not putting this on my
dude,
show.
You are tied up on a couch with a gun to your head. Just say, yeah, and get the fuck out of there. What are you doing?
Oh, sure. All right.
Now's the time to stand up for your artistic integrity. Now's the time.
Yeah. She's not too bright either.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fortune cookie factory.
Yes.
His first attempt fails because he just walks up to them and he's got his hat on.
It's these three Chinese dudes, and they are singing Saki Su.
They're drunk and high.
Yes, definitely. They sock it to me, and sock it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so they have a whole dance number, which people on the street stop and watch them. Yeah. And it's really not impressive. It's not like a dance, they're not dancers. They're kind of just doing this. They're doing just doing a little dance for no reason.
Is that that also seems suspicious? El DeBarge was prominent and obvious.
Yeah.
But then there was other smaller songs and acts within the movie that were suspiciously maybe he's trying to cultivate something or do a
Listen,
thing.
I remember the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that was Berry Gordy's song. Like I said, Motown was in his death throes then, so
Trying anything?
Yeah, just okay, let's do the
karate stuff's big.
Let's do the Saki song. I don't know.
But Vanity's song is just atrocious.
Yep. But see, I still have it in my head though, because her performance also is just. On the place. It's memorable. I remember it. Yeah, that's a forever thing. It's like a tattoo or a scar, more like a scar probably. So then he comes back. He gets the idea from a Bruce Lee movie. I think it's the Chinese Connection to get into disguise. So he disguises himself as a pizza delivery guy, which I'm pretty sure he already had the uniform and the pizza because of Daddy Green's Pizza. He uses some of the jive talk that his little brother taught him. How it be, brother?
He fails at it.
Yeah.
When he's practicing outside the door, he's perfect at it. And then when the time comes, he just goes back to his normal mode. And they sniff him out immediately.
Oh yeah. And so I guess I don't know what their intentions are. They get him in, they trap him or something like that. I don't know.
I think they're just fucking with him.
They
try to get him to smoke weed and but then
he insists to see the master, see some dumb guy.
This is some dumb guy.
They were like, no, show him some dumb guy, show him, and it is a Chinese fortune cookie making machine, and then he goes back to his sensei. He's like, hey, where's the master? Like he's like, master is in you. You will find the glow. He's like, but what about this medallion? He goes, oh, it is for holding up your pants. Look, it's
him being the master is just him.
Yeah,
learning to fuck.
The master's inside you all along.
Well, it has nothing to do with karate.
No.
It's just sex.
Yes.
I tend to see sexual overtones in movies like this and Star Trek: The Motion Picture and all sorts of things.
What is it? The giant vagina that they fly into?
Yeah,
Is it
all over the place?
Dead giveaway. Yeah.
It's smeared all over that movie. This one too, to a certain degree. It's made to appeal to prepubescent boys.
Yeah.
Looking for adventure,
It delivers.
It delivers.
I would say it's fun. It's so silly. It's so goofy.
There's so many embarrassing dated stuff in it that it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's not like hilariously bad in a bad movie kind of cult sense.
Yeah.
It kind of like rides the line. Like I saw a lot of comments where it was like, oh, it's a fun blaxploitation movie, but not really. Yeah, it's a fun like karate adventure, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things, and I think that's probably why it wasn't a big hit.
Yeah, but it's like a jambalaya, or something. It's like a stew of some sort, where you kind of just throw a bunch of ingredients in there and let it simmer for a while. It's tasty enough, It's better than Dinty Moore.
Sure. It's better quality than Dinty Moore.
Yeah.
As far as your beef stews go, but it has, in terms of like a cult movie or a good bad B movie kind of thing, it has enough variety and changes of things that are happening. Like so many different characters, you're jumping around with Shonoff, and it never like drags.
Yeah.
Where there's like
moves.
dull moments, and everyone's performance is just crazy.
Save it! Give that man anything he wants.
The one thing we haven't talked about is the martial arts in this martial arts picture.
Yeah.
Because they're average.
Yeah. I mean,
Average to good.
Yeah, average to good. Yeah, I think that's the best way to kind of put it. They're not like amazing. This is not Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yeah.
And it's not very prevalent. There's not a lot of scenes of it.
No.
There's a couple of little moments early on, and that's not bad. He beats up the guys at the limo.
Yeah.
And then
there's ninja stars.
He keeps locking his friends away.
Yeah,
to
because
keep
they
from helping him.
They want to help because all the students. He has students. Now.
He locks his brother up. Remember?
Yeah. Yes.
He puts him behind a cage.
He puts him in a cage.
Ties it up, and then his friend at the karate studio, he locks in a closet with
the weapons.
With weapons.
He grabs all the weapons, and then shoves his friend in there.
You cannot come. But then at the end, his friend helps him.
Yeah, he brings all the students, and they fight all the bad guys that Eddie Arcadian had recruited.
That's when we get our second standout of the film, the little guy. The little kid.
Yes. He was from the kid from is Reyes, something Reyes. He's from Red Sonja. He's the little kid in that, the bratty kid in that. He's also the older kid, the older brother in Surf Ninjas. He's also in Ninja Turtles 2.
Stay down!
You warmed up yet?
Because he has that final showdown with Shonuff. And Shonuff has the glow, but it's just in his hands. And he's like, and every time he hits him, there's like a splash of just like
80s lightning bolt.
80 sparks. And Shonuff, like, boom, just, he kicks his ass, starts drowning him in a thing of water. And he, Bruce Leroy was seeing in his mind. He's starting to hear visions of everything. Everything from his sensei to like what Lisa, like memories of her and all that stuff. It inspires him, and he tries to drown him one more time. And he stops, he's like, no, I'm the master. And then he starts glowing in his whole body. And he kicks Shonuff's ass. Then Eddie Arcadian shows up with his gun, and he shoots at Bruce Leroy, and he catches a bullet with his teeth.
Yes. Properly set up earlier in the film.
Yes, it was. Yes, during the movie theater scene with Shonuff.
I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth? Catches bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please.
Oh, I've heard about you, Bruce Leroy. Like, everyone's saying like you can catch bullets with your teeth. Bullets with your teeth. Yeah, with sass. So yeah, no, they set it up, and yeah, no, he actually does catch a bullet with his teeth. And then he doesn't really even kick Eddie Arcadian's ass. He kind of just hooks him hooks up like the belt loop of his pants and hoists him up
very slowly.
Very slowly. It was. I think it was a real hoist.
Yeah, yeah, it was just sort of
not
like
a prop one.
Kind of slowly. It was really awkward.
Yep. They savored that moment. Really. I think that's the way to put it.
Talking, Eddie.
Mm-hmm. And then he disappears, and then the cops show up and just automatically arrest him. Don't ask any questions. It's like this is. Of course, he's hoisted up. He's obviously the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got to be the mastermind behind this whole thing. Then we go to the very, very end where they're having the white party.
The white party.
The P. Diddy party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The creepy white party.
Yeah, everyone's dressed in white, and then she's like looking around for Bruce Leroy. He's not there, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's kind of like almost like a ninja of some sort. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a half thing that's like half opaque, and you kind of see he comes out from behind it.
And boom, like you said, there's this got his innocent white flowers right there, cradled in his post-pubescent hands,
Almost
but questionable.
Hands. It's a beautiful ending.
Yeah, and then they have that thing where he's talking to her, and she's like, "What?"
All right.
And he says it again, like, "What?" And then the music stops where he says, "I want you to show me some moves."
Would you teach me some moves?
And then everyone laughs like, "Oh, that's our Leroy." And then they play a romantic song, and boom, that's it.
An awkward freeze frame.
Freeze frames.
And then,
yeah. And then boom, we got our credits. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it is for me. It's a ball. Like I love showing this to people. I just showed it to my lady like in the last year, and it was just we were in hysterics the whole time. Like
it's insane.
Yeah, it's so just silly. And again, it's like show enough is great. The
It's
little
a
brother's
bit schizophrenic.
Oh, it's all over the place. But it's a proper '80s movie in that way.
It's just dripping wet with 80s.
Yes.
And you can watch it with a group of people and have a lot of fun watching it. Especially William H. Macy.
William H. Macy, yeah. Chaz Palminteri.
Beautiful in that scene with one line.
Come on, Lisa. You don't understand. He's a heavy guy. Boom, done. Marry me, Felicity Huffman.
I got a plan to get our daughter into college. It's going to work out perfectly.
listen to the whispers.
I can't attack that. I can't attack that.
Truth, Avatar, and you will hear them.
I can't
will
attack
make
that.
you hear them.
I can't attack that.
Fuck! Damn. Oh no. I was too greedy. Shit. After 100 contributions, damage is so laughable.
Our sorties into Nazar's mind place you in immense peril. We must push further into the visions, but not if we lose you to madness. Do you trust me?
The door opens. The path made clear.
That voice! Where's it coming from?
I'm out of range.
The sleeping city awakens.
It's too far away.
We're under attack! Protect the chamber!
It's still. I'm out of range.
Dang it.
Raden has been pulled into Nyalotha, N'Zoth's vision made real. And I do not envy his fate. It seems our fates are intertwined.
These stones have tales to tell.
Accessing reading database. Hello. Departure acknowledged. Compiling recorded Titan research. Data archive now accessible. Contamination levels nominal. Do you require experimentation?
We need to save him. Mother, can you find us another way inside?
Acknowledged. Scanning planetary surface for related anomalies. Matching energy signature detected. Location, Uldum.
Of course. The Titan Forges.
Hold on, Raden. We're coming for you. Azeroth cries out in pain. Fight for our world!
Stormwind City, a bastion of the Holy Light, now fallen to the void, a staging ground for N'Zoth's armies. Obeying the whispers in her mind, Illyria Windrunner forces all to submit to the old god. Father, do not listen to the whispers.
I have ignored them for too long. They speak the truth, Avatar, and you will hear them. I will make you hear them.
No.
The light could not save me. It could not save you. Engine exploration concluded. Initiating exit protocol.
A blow well struck. But this was only the beginning of Nizar's future. Additional horrors lurk throughout the city. Find them and vanquish them. Speak your mind. The Black Dragon flight will be redeemed. Stormwind City, a bastion of the holy light, now fallen to the void, a staging ground for Nizar's armies. Obeying the whispers in her mind, Illyria Windrunner forces all to submit to the old god.
Listen to the whispers. I have enough for too long. They speak the truth, Avatar, and you will hear them. I will make you hear them. You'll never. And you will not save me.
Still recharging. It's not ready. It's still ready.
Forgot to use fucking thing. Shit.
Our sorties into Nizar's mind place you in immense peril. We must
Shut the fuck off.
fallen to the void, a staging ground for N'Zoth's armies. Obeying the whispers in her mind, Illyria Windrunner forces all to submit to the old god, or be purged.
Please, save my son.
Father, do not listen to the whispers.
I have ignored them for too long. They speak the truth, Avatar, and you will hear them. I will make you hear.
No.
The light cannot save you. Will not save you.
Approaching exploration concluded. Initiating exit protocol.
A blow well struck. But this was only the beginning of N'Zoth's vision. Additional horrors lurk throughout the city. Find them and vanquish them. Is there something you wish to discuss? Learn from the past. Look to the future.
I'm out of range.
What do you ask of the Zandalari? I serve the Zandalari. What is your business here? Zandala.